Good evening. It has been a tragic day on the roads with 3 pedestrians struck and killed in 3 separate collisions around the region.
Among them, a 7-year-old hit by a city bus in downtown Hamilton this afternoon. And that's where we find CTV's John Musselman tonight, who's live at the scene. John, what do we know so far?
Well, Nathan, just a devastating situation. What we've learned from police is that a mother and child believed to be a 7-year-old boy had just gotten off that bus when something went terribly wrong. Hamilton Transit Bus 1521 was cordoned off with police tape after the devastating accident claimed the life of a 7-year-old child. It is believed the child was with his mother when this happened, and they may have just gotten off the bus.
So today at approximately 1:12 p.m., the Hamilton Police responded to the area of Wilson Street and Emerald Street for a collision involving an HSR bus and a 7-year-old child. Upon arrival, the driver of the bus remained on scene and was fully cooperative with the investigation. The child was transported to hospital and sadly succumbed to their injuries.
There were 15 people on board the transit bus when this happened. There is construction going on both sides of the street. It is unknown if the child was hit at the front or side of the bus. Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horvath released this statement, quote, "My heart goes out to the family and loved ones affected by this heartbreaking tragedy. The loss of a child is unimaginable, and all of Hamilton is grieving with them. I want to thank the first responders and investigators working at the scene. We ask everyone to please avoid the area as Hamilton police continue their investigation."
We're asking anyone that knows anything about this to please contact police.
Police closed the intersection and an accident reconstruction team has been deployed. And as you can see behind me, the intersection here does remain closed off at this hour. Police are canvassing the neighborhood for any kind of surveillance video, which might help explain how this all happened. Reporting live in Hamilton, I'm John Musselman. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, John. In Cambridge, a 3-year-old child has died after being struck by a vehicle this afternoon. It happened just before 1 o'clock. Police say the collision involved a vehicle and 2 pedestrians. The 3-year-old died of their injuries shortly after arriving at hospital. The second person, a 31-year-old woman, suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Police say a 75-year-old man was behind the wheel of the vehicle at the time of the crash.
And back here in the city, a woman in her 70s was fatally struck by a vehicle in Scarborough this morning.
It happened while the woman was crossing the road on a residential street, and those who live in the neighborhood say until recently there was a speed camera in the area. CTV's Allison Hurst has been following this story. She joins us live from the scene near Morningside in Lawrence. Allison.
Michelle, though police have cleared the scene here, they say they are still investigating, trying to determine what events led up to that fatal crash that happened earlier this morning. Cars pull up to the intersection of Coronation Drive and Homestead Road. A person comes into view. They begin crossing Coronation, and that's when they're struck.
I heard a couple of sirens, as well as, I believe, somebody being hit by a truck. I saw somebody on the floor.
Police say a 74-year-old woman was hit and rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries, where she later was pronounced dead.
The driver of the vehicle remained on scene and is cooperating with the investigation.
Police say it happened just after 8:20 this morning.
We will look into all the factors that may have led up to this accident at the time, as towards whether or not this is an area in particular that might be something that we have to look into. Again, that's something we'll take care of with our investigation.
The intersection only has stop signs on Homestead Road. Coronation Drive, which turns into a school safety zone, does not.
I'm not sure if the car just didn't see, or maybe the lady didn't look both ways.
This happened roughly 1 to 2 blocks away from Alexander Dumas Academy at a time when people would be going to work or taking their kids to school.
Definitely not something you expect, especially because we used to have this speed cameras actually right before the school that's here.
City staff extend their condolences, adding the site of the collision was approximately 280 meters from our previously stationed mobile automated speed enforcement camera, which issued 2,432 tickets between October 2024 until it was removed following provincial legislation that came into effect in November 2025.
The police have said that they haven't concluded the investigation as to what the cause of the incident and the death is. As we know, speeding kills. And speed cameras save lives, and that's why at City Council we argue to keep speed cameras on.
Nathan Shan is the councillor for this area, and he says he's working to try and improve the safety in this area.
So I think it's important for us to be expansive than to be restricting our options.
The investigation is still underway. Police drove the damaged vehicle, revving the engine and stopping it on the other side of the intersection. They have still not issued a cause. CTV News has reached out to the Minister of Transportation for comment, but we did not hear back. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Back to you in studio.
Thank you, Allison. Also tonight, gone but never forgotten. Police cracked 3 cold cases linking decades-old murders to the same man. How investigators uncovered a serial killer who will never be held to account. We have more news in a moment, but first a look at the forecast. Here's a live look outside this hour. It's another chilly night, and don't forget sidewalks and roads are still slippery in many areas, so be extra careful. Lindsay Morrison is in Markham tonight at the Pride of Canada Carousel.
Ooh, a wonderful stop in our Toy Mountain campaign, our 30th annual, and I can hear the music already, Lindsay.
Oh, Michelle and Nathan, this is a favorite of ours. In fact, you can hear the music. Take a look at these beautiful singers. Oh, they're doing a great job getting us kicked off here as we begin to build a toy mountain. And we have so many wonderful friends here. I'm going to begin with you. You're from NXT. Tell us about the contribution you're making tonight.
Absolutely. We know that not every children and the family has an opportunity to provide for their children this winter, and we're just happy to give back to the community who's always given back to us, so we're happy to donate.
Thank you so much. I see you have tons of toys there. We appreciate that so much. I want to introduce you to Love Like Afton. This is a group that's made a donation to Toy Mountain in the past. Tell me a little bit about the legacy for Afton and what you are all doing.
So we're here today to donate toys on behalf of Afton, who's our nephew, who 6 years ago died from carbon monoxide poisoning while boating. So we'd like to raise awareness that there are dangers in outdoor boating, that there are carbon monoxide dangers. So that's why we're here.
And so in his memory, you're donating a few hundred toys to kids
about
in need.
300 toys, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for these two groups. So fantastic. Getting our night in Markham kicked off so beautifully. And it's a chilly night tonight. Let's take a look at our current conditions, beginning with the temperature. My goodness, it is -7 degrees right now, and it feels like -16. So everyone's bundled up appropriately because, yes, it is a little bit chilly. Here's a look at the current winds. They're coming out of the northwest, little breezy as well. On the satellite and radar, we can see that the winds are still contributing to some lake effect snow. There are still a few snow squall warnings in place. Orange level alerts, moderate impact, and high confidence that some areas will see 20 to even 40 centimeters of snow. We had less in the way of snow today. We might see a few flurries out there tonight. Look at that forecast. Overnight low, -10 degrees. It's a little bit chilly out here, but we've got very warm hearts as we continue to build a toy mountain. And we'll continue listening to the beautiful music over here. Nathan and Michelle, I'll touch base with you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, kids. Beautiful voices there. And still ahead, stranded all night on a train. Via Rail passengers sound off after getting stuck for 12 hours in the freezing cold in Brockville. 3 women murdered over the span of 15 years, and Toronto police say one man was responsible for all of their deaths.
Investigators from the OPP and Toronto police announced they've linked the homicides and the man responsible using DNA technology. CTV's Janice Golding is live tonight with more on the investigation. Janice.
Nathan, Toronto police and the OPP say a man known to them and who had a history of sexual assault is the person they believe responsible for a series of historic homicides, and they're afraid there could be more victims. Toronto police say they've solved 3 cold cases dating back decades, but say the man responsible, Kenneth Smith, is long gone, dying in 2019.
His death means he will never be held to account in a court of law, and we recognize the impact that has on families who have waited so long for justice.
The victims, 25-year-old Christine Prince, who was last seen in June 1982 on a streetcar in St. Clair West near Wychwood. 23-year-old Claire Sampson, meanwhile, was last seen in September 1983 near Jarvis and Gerrard. And then in July 1997, nearly a decade and a half later, 41-year-old Gracelyn Greenidge was found dead in her Driftwood Avenue apartment.
These women were never forgotten, and it is because of the commitment of so many that we are able to give their loved ones at least one crucial answer today.
In 2016, the National DNA Data Bank would match DNA from the Prince and Sampson murders to an unknown male profile.
No one in their lives linked them together, and even the manner of their death was different. The only thing that linked them was the offender's DNA.
The next year, the Center of Forensic Sciences linked that same offender to Greenwich. The tech was limited at the time, however, and it wasn't until this year that genetic genealogy technologies helped investigators find relatives of the offender, conclusively identifying Smith on December the 3rd.
He had been incarcerated at least once before the first two murders and twice before Graceland's murder.
Smith had a history of sexual assault and was known to police, and lived and worked in Toronto at the time of the murders. Now investigators believe there may be additional victims.
Anything that we can gather, anything that we can put together, anything that we can find out where he was, we can look for unsolved cases in those territories and see what we can do with that.
Police say Smith, who meets the definition of serial killer, relocated to Windsor, Ontario in 2013, dying there at the age of 72 6 years ago. Police are encouraging anyone who has any information about Smith to contact them, saying there could be other victims and families who deserve answers. Reporting live from Janice Golding, now back to Michelle and Nathan.
Thank you, Janice. We have breaking news. One person is dead after a police-involved shooting in Mississauga this afternoon. Police responded to a townhouse on Greensboro Drive near Winston Churchill and Britannia around 2:30 p.m. Peel police say the call, which was called in originally as a stabbing, ended with an officer-involved shooting. A person was removed from the home and placed on a stretcher with first responders performing life-saving measures. But police say that the person has since died. Police also say Ontario's Special Investigations Unit has been notified. We'll have more on this developing story tonight at 11:30.
One person has been seriously injured in a house fire in Ajax. Firefighters were called to the home on Angier Crescent near Harwood and Bailey around 6:15 this morning. Police say one male was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. There's no word on any other injuries from this house fire or the cause at this point. Toronto police, meantime, are investigating after a body was found inside a car parked near the entrance to Humber River Hospital's emergency department. Police were called to the hospital last night just after 6:30. Paramedics say a man was found inside a black sedan. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and the coroner's office is now investigating. And it's not known just how long the body and the car were there.
And 3 Caledon men have been arrested in connection with a tow truck-related shooting in Brampton. Peel police say they're still searching for at least one remaining suspect. Officers say the incident involved 2 groups and took place October 7th, just before 11 p.m. near McVean Drive and Castlemore Road. Investigators are still trying to identify people from one of the groups involved, including the man seen in this photo who fired a gun. Now, the suspect was wearing a black jacket, blue jeans, and white running shoes. Police say 3 men involved in the other group were arrested in November and charged with gun-related offenses.
Toronto's newest transit line has been running for less than a week now, and already this morning it had to be shut down twice.
It comes as one city councillor is pitching a plan to restore reliability across the system by giving TTC users their money back if they don't get the level of service they're paying for. CTV's Natalie Johnson explains.
In the bitter cold, it was another day of delays on the TTC.
Every minute counts. Got no choice.
Just 4 days after the shiny new Finch West LRT trains rolled into service, mechanical and switch issues shut down the line for part of the morning. Resignation among riders who boarded shuttle buses instead.
I mean, par for the course.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. It's 2 seats.
It all came as Councillor Brad Bradford, who is running for mayor,
transit performance in this city is not good enough.
Revealed the details today of his proposed TTC service guarantee. Under the plan, TTC users would get their money back if their ride is more than 15 minutes late.
When transit agencies are accountable for on-time performance, customer service gets better, reliability improves, confidence goes up.
This kind of transit service guarantee is already offered in cities like London and Washington, and here at home is already in place on Go Transit. Bradford says the design and implementation of the program would be up to the TTC, leveraging existing technology.
We already know when the trains leave the station, leave the platform. We know where they are on the routes. We see where the bunching is on the streetcars. So all of this data and information is already there.
They'll definitely help a lot of people.
It's going to be a good help for me.
Probably get like more customers, you know?
But the plan would need the support of council. Asked whether Mayor Olivia Chow would back Bradford's money-back guarantee proposal, her office said in a statement, quote, under the previous administration of which Councillor Bradford was a key member, the TTC was allowed to crumble and become more unreliable, all while service was cut and fares were raised repeatedly. Pointing to the third straight fare freeze now on the table for next year and Chow's plan to make the TTC free after 47 rides per month starting next September.
The TTC is once again the best and the most affordable way to get around Toronto. The more you ride, the less you pay.
It's not good enough. We have to do better.
The battle over the best way to make the TTC the better way goes to a vote at City Hall next week.
Shows up on time.
When council will debate Bradford's money-back guarantee and how to build back Toronto's trust in its transit. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.
It was supposed to be a simple train ride from Toronto to Ottawa, but it ended up turning into an overnight nightmare for riders.
What are being described as serious mechanical issues forced passengers to spend the night on the train in sub-zero conditions. Nearly 2 hours into their trip from Toronto to Ottawa, their train came to a halt just outside of Brockville, stopping to help another train that had stalled because of mechanical failure. To move those passengers along, Ottawa travelers were put on a different train, one that hooked onto the broken-down train and pulled it into Brockville several hours later. But when they got there, engineers had trouble disconnecting the two trains, and with crews at the end of their shift, passengers say they had no choice but to wait for hours.
We all ended up banding together and supporting one another, but it was definitely a bit of a rocky situation.
People were having trouble sleeping. The chairs weren't very comfortable. The thing that was good was that the train wasn't full, so some people could lie across two seats, but still not ideal. You know, there were no blankets, no pillows, no nothing. So even though it wasn't cold, it wasn't particularly, the most comforting environment to be in.
Via Rail has offered an apology, saying it's not the level of service our passengers accept from us and certainly not the level of service we want to offer. A bail hearing continued today for the GTA lawyer arrested and charged in connection with an international drug kingpin.
Deepak Barakdar is trying to convince a judge he should be released. CTV's Sean Leithong has the details.
Her husband is accused of helping alleged drug kingpin Ryan Wedding, of advising him to kill a potential witness. Today, Mandy Pradkar, wife of Deepak Pradkar, was on the stand offering $2.5 million as surety if her husband is granted bail. 62-year-old Pradkar, a prominent defense lawyer in the GTA, was arrested last month as one of several Canadians accused of helping Wedding. Pradkar is specifically accused of advising Wedding to kill a potential witness, and soon after, that witness was killed. Pradkar has been in custody at the Toronto South Detention Centre since his arrest and is awaiting possible extradition to the United States. Yesterday, Pradkar took the stand himself at the bail hearing, pledging to remain on house arrest if released. Today, he sat in the prisoner's box while his wife was questioned about the couple's finances and assets. Court heard how Pradkar is accused of taking large cash drops and expensive watches as payment, also using other lawyers to help him. As Crown Attorney Milika Petrovic asked Mandy Pradkar how much she knew, saying, "You're aware that this organization is alleged to kill anyone who gets in their way?" "Yes," says Pradkar, adding, "It doesn't interfere with my responsibility to the court." The Crown going on to say, "It's fair that you had nothing to do with the allegations out of the United States?" "No, I did not," says Pradkar. "The first time you heard about this was after your husband's arrest?" "That's correct." "He's never told you that he received watches as gifts from his clients?" "No." Deepak Pradkar faced the floor during many of the more difficult questions, including when the Crown asked, "If it's true that your husband was providing legal advice to a criminal organization to have people murdered, if it's true that he was advising this criminal organization, if it's true that he was paying lawyers to assist him, if it's true that he took cash drops, if it's true that he received luxurious watches as gifts, if it's true, that would deeply affect your trust in your husband," to which his wife said, "Yes, it would." The FBI announced the arrest on November 20th, alleging that Pradkar was key in Wedding's operation, which trafficked drugs from Colombia through Mexico into the United States and Canada. The FBI alleges some of Pradkar's aliases are Cocaine Lawyer and Deepaj Emergency, and says his involvement goes back as far as 2011. Pradkar's law license was suspended last week. Ryan Wedding remains at large and is believed to be protected by the Sinaloa cartel. Court heard final submissions by both the Crown and defense at the bail hearing this afternoon. Much of the time, the hearing was done in private to protect sensitive information. Sean Leithong, CTV News.
Everyone looks forward to a break over the holidays, but tonight some MPPs are questioning the length of theirs. After sitting for just 51 days this year, the House is now on recess until mid-March of next year.
CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has more on why the government says the long break is needed.
There's no holly, but the halls of Queen's Park are very much decked for the holidays. On this last day of this abbreviated session, the same steady drumbeat that has pounded the last 7 weeks.
The minister hand-picked conservative insiders to receive government funds.
The Labour minister hammered daily, called on to resign over the Skills Development Fund.
Every dollar goes to training. It's in the guidelines of the publicly accessible funds.
With question period over for the year,
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
The Premier stressed the responsibility MPPs have to the people they represent.
And when we work together, we can do incredible things, even though we disagree.
But politicians won't be all in one place to collaborate for a very, very long time. After only 51 days in the legislature in 2025, the House is on break until March 23rd.
That's crazy. It's not acceptable.
The government House leader begs to differ.
I think it's acceptable when you look at the tremendous amount of legislation that we were able to drive forward.
Clark says they need time to go home and consult with constituents.
We need to look at their priorities, things like keeping costs down, getting people moving, getting these big projects implemented.
Opposition parties see this as a dodge of accountability.
The Premier sees the legislature as a magnifying glass on all of his failures.
Marit Stiles goes a step further.
I think he's a coward, getting out of here as fast as they can and getting as far away from yet another scandal and another police investigation as they can.
There's worry about more fast-tracking bills, skipping consultations, working details out in regulation.
They're silencing your voices. They don't want to give you an opportunity to have input on the legislation that affects your day-to-day lives.
Opposition parties don't think it makes a lot of sense for the Premier to have ordered civil servants back in the office 5 days a week in the new year when he's often missing from question period and the House is on recess until spring. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
And as Siobhan mentioned, as the legislature wrapped for the holidays, questions continued over the government's Skills Development Fund.
We're learning more about another recipient of a government jobs training grant that has a history with Ontario's stock market watchdog. As CTV's John Woodward reports, Ontario's opposition raised questions this week about why taxpayer dollars were given out again.
We love our drivers.
FaceDrive was a company that proposed rideshare and transit solutions in southern Ontario, among other things, but it shot to prominence with its TraceScan app during the pandemic, saying its tech could notify people exposed to COVID-19.
This person got COVID-19 and you've been close to this person in the last 14 days.
FaceDrive got more than $2 million from the Ontario government. Its market capitalization soared past $5 billion. Then it collapsed to pennies a share. The Ontario Securities Commission later alleged FaceDrive, by then rebranded as Steer, had misled investors with contradictory and misleading news releases that made promises it couldn't deliver. Part of the settlement, then CEO Sayanthan Navaratnam had to pay $75,000. Navaratnam is the president and sole director of Connex Telecommunications. That company got grants from the Skills Development Fund to develop AI tools for use in call centers. Connex told CTV News in a statement, the purpose of the Skills Development Fund is to support Ontario hire, train, and retain workers. That is why we sought support, and that is why we received it. Full stop. We met the criteria. Something that politicians grilled Labour Minister David Piccini on this week.
Surely the Minister of Labour would have known Mr. Navaratnam's history of misleading the public and investors, and yet still this Minister of Labour decided to hand them millions of taxpayer dollars again.
Every program, project and proponent are assessed prior to funding speaker.
It's just the latest development in a scandal that has gone on for months over the $2.5 billion program's grants to a variety of organizations with connections to the governing PC party, including the Premier. Ontario's Auditor General found political staff were picking where money went in a way that wasn't transparent, fair, or accountable. That was back in October. Premier Doug Ford still stands behind Labour Minister David Piccini. John Woodward, CTV News.
And I'm Pat Foran. Coming up on Consumer Alert, if you still have some holiday shopping to do, maybe you have gift cards on your list, but we're hearing from people who either gave or received gift cards that turned out to be completely empty. I'll have that story. That's just ahead.
We are here at the Pride of Canada Carousel in beautiful Markham. This is one of the jewels of the community, and I want to talk to some other wonderful people. Slava, you are a first-time donor to Toy Mountain from Nerdvana. Tell me what it is that you did tonight.
It's our first time donating. We have a trading card shop in Markham. We have a great community, and we basically floated the idea of let's do a nice toy drive for everybody for Christmas. And our community came together, and we're happy to be doing it for the first time, and we'll continue doing it from there on out.
Thank you so much. No doubt you're inspiring someone at home to do the same. Christina, thank you for having us here at the Carousel. We love it here, and this is 7 years now?
7 years of hosting this event here, and we're so thrilled to have everybody in the community come out and donate toys to Toy Mountain, including all of our retail tenants nearby. So.
Look at this wonderful donation. Thank you to all of the retail tenants and to wonderful Markham as well. York Region Grace Lions Club. Let's hear it for these guys. Longtime supporters. Aaron,
yes, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. You've brought a donation tonight, a big one.
Yeah, so we've upped it from last year. So last year we did $500 worth with a donation, but this time we're $1,000 and $500 worth of toys. Hey, York Region Grace Lions.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is so wonderful. And of course, Mayor of Markham, Frank Scarpitti, thank you for having us here tonight on our special 30th annual Toy Mountain year.
It's incredible, yeah, 30 years. But first of all, thank you to all the groups that have participated tonight. Never ceases to amaze me the generosity in this community. You're seeing it unfold here. And honestly, there's been so many initiatives over the past few weeks and more to go. People can still drop off toys here at the Remington Sales Center, at our fire halls. Our bylaws are also collecting food, so lots going on to help many people right across the GTA.
And you brought a few things tonight, including something special.
I got a gift for you, Lindsay, and the Salvation Army. You know, together, you've been at this for 30 years, and after 30 years, and because of all the generosity of so many people, I think we've built the tallest toy mountain in the world. So congratulations on 30 great years.
Thank you, Mayor Frank, and we are on our way to building a toy mountain. Lots more to come, including your weather forecast after the break. Stay with us.
Gift cards are a popular present over the holidays, and the vast majority are given and received without any trouble.
But occasionally you could end up with one that's been tampered with, leaving you with a zero balance. Here's Pat Foran and a Consumer Alert. Pat.
Thanks, Michelle and Nathan. Well, gift cards are a billion-dollar business, so it's no surprise criminals want a piece of the action. The problem is, if you get or give a gift card that turns out to be empty, it can be months trying to get your money back. Gift cards are an easy way to show your appreciation for a family member or friend, but sometimes criminals are able to tamper with them and drain their balances before you get a chance to use them.
It's very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Peter and Elaine Terry of Toronto bought their good friend a gift card for the LCBO. He received it a month ago, but when he went to use the $100 gift card, it was empty.
He called and said he'd been to the LCBO to use the gift card, and they told him it had a zero balance.
The Terrys purchased the gift card at Shoppers Drug Mart and weren't sure why there was a problem. What followed was almost a month of being bounced back and forth between Shoppers and the LCBO, with neither side offering a refund.
I think Shoppers should reimburse you your money, because you paid for it there.
Gift card fraud can take different forms, but generally criminals go to a store, copy the card number and bar activation code, then reseal the package. They may also place fake barcode stickers on the cards. When the card is activated, money that's added goes to the scammer instead of the gift card holder. Always inspect gift card packaging carefully.
You want to avoid getting cards that may have been tampered with, and one way to do that is look for ones that have more secure packaging or are perhaps behind the counter.
When CTV News reached out to Shoppers, its parent company Loblaw said, "Our teams are trained to recognize tampering and other fraudulent situations involving gift cards, doing their best to intercept suspicious transactions before purchase." That said, we understand this is a frustrating experience for customers. Loblaw made it right night with the Terrys in record time, giving them back $100 cash.
We got our money back, Pat, after we spoke with you yesterday within 2.5 hours. Thanks to you and CTV. Thank you very, very much.
And the biggest problem with gift cards is not fraud. It's that many people forget about them. It's estimated 40% of gift cards are not redeemed, which is pure profit for stores. So if you have them, use them before you lose them. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
Well, it is quite a cold night, but they are bundled up at the Pride of Canada Carousel, an exciting stop on our Toy Mountain campaign.
Yeah, hanging out with the kids, and it's great to know you can always drop off a new unwrapped toy at that location.
Yeah, this is one of so many locations, Nathan and Michelle, and there are a lot of kids here tonight. In fact, this is the Unionville College singers that we heard a little bit earlier on the newscast. They're helping us build a toy. Yes, they have beautiful voices, voices of angels. And I want to talk to a couple of the older students here tonight. You guys brought a wonderful donation for us.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. This means a lot to us.
A $1,000 check. Thank you so much for being kids, helping kids with Toy Mountain.
We're really excited to be here. It's very important for us.
We so appreciate it, and we can't wait to hear more of the singers. Carol, I'm going to bring you on a little bit of a journey over here because we've got lots of donors to meet. Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I'd want to introduce you. You may recall this red fire truck. It's been a mainstay on our Toy Mountain broadcast. Look at this wonderful family. Lori, remind me of the name of your beautiful family.
Well, we're the Fantini family, and every year we just try to gather as many toys as we can with the help of the community, friends, family, and the goal is always to fill up the fire truck as much as we can with this toys, as many toys as we possibly can collect.
And where can people find this fire truck if this is where they want to help fill it up and build our mountain of
We're
toys?
here at the Pride of Canada Carousel, a weekend long, and they can reach us on social media as well.
I see you're well on your way. It's already filled with quite a few toys. More still to come, though,
Yes,
right?
absolutely, 100%.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi, Santa. Good to see you. Let's keep making our way this way because we've got more wonderful friends to meet. Hello, everyone. Are you the volleyball team? Look at these medals. What did you win a medal for?
In our tournament.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, tell us the name of your team.
Thundercats. Tigra.
Congratulations on all you've done, and you are helping us build a toy mountain. Thank you so much for your contribution. Hello to all the parents. That's wonderful. And over here, we are live on CTV News right now. Hello, nice to see you. This is the Rotary Club of Agincourt. Some friends that I've seen for many years now. It's nice to see you all again.
18 years, I think, Lindsay. Yeah.
Something like that. Tell me a little bit about your donation tonight.
Well, Mark's got our spokesperson.
Well, we're donating $10,000 to Toy Mountain, and we think it's a fantastic charity and brings a lot of smiles to people's faces. So we couldn't be happier to donate this money.
$10,000 is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, and you've been longtime supporters. Gina, $10,000 from the Rotary Club of Agincourt. Isn't that wonderful? Can I hug them now? Yes, you can hug them. Go for it. Thank you so much to everyone. Let's get to your weather forecast. It is chilly out here tonight, but we're all staying nice and warm together in the spirit of giving, aren't we? Here's a look at our current temperature. It is still -7 degrees, but it feels like -15. If you have to venture out and about tonight, make sure you bundle up. Through the night tonight, we expect the temperature to fall to about -10 degrees, and it's still going to feel like -13 as the night progresses. Into tomorrow, bit of an improvement condition-wise. We see the temperature climbing to about +1 for a high. It does appear to be a mostly cloudy day, but less windy, and again, slight warm-up that's going to last about a day before we cool down again into the weekend. Here's a look at tomorrow's highs. Right across southwestern Ontario, central portions of the province and journeying out east. Some communities will enjoy some sun tomorrow. Hopefully we will get a little bit of that here in the GTA, but do expect also a bit more in the way of cloud. And then heading into the weekend, more in the way of snow. Not a big system. These are the snow squall alerts that remain in place for the traditional snow belt areas. Here's what's coming for us. These squalls are going to, they're going to die off. We are going to have a quieter weather day tomorrow. And then Saturday, next disturbance moves through. This one has the potential to bring us maybe a dusting to a couple of centimeters of snow. Widespread flurries expected for your Saturday morning. And then as we continue into Sunday, conditions are really going to cool down. Just pausing it here to show you that Friday afternoon, we could see a couple of flurries as a result of a lake effect band extending off Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. There's the widespread light snow for your Saturday morning. Doesn't last all day. It's going to move on out quickly. And then the lake effect bands kick in. The lake effect machine fires back up for Saturday evening, but this is mainly for areas north of here. 7-day forecast. I do want to point out Sunday, daytime high of only -7, overnight low -13, so bitterly cold once again. Looks like some snow in the forecast for Monday, and then Wednesday we could get into a little bit of mixing with the daytime high around +4. Again, we are live here at the Pride of Canada Carousel in Markham. If you want to come on down, we will be here until 7 p.m. You can ride the carousel, you can enjoy a hot chocolate, and please, we encourage you to bring a new unwrapped toy and make a difference in the lives of families right around the GTA this holiday season. That's it for now. Lots more to come as we build a toy mountain. Stay with us.
We have developing news from Ottawa, where Conservative Member of Parliament Michael Ma's announced he's crossing the floor to join the Liberals. Ma, who represents the riding of Markham-Unionville, made the announcement this evening. Ma was first elected in April's election. Now, the Liberals now hold 171 seats, 1 seat shy of a majority.
Researchers at North York General and the Hospital for Sick Children say there has been a dramatic rise in the number of people going on medications to treat ADHD in Ontario. The study looked at all prescriptions for stimulant drugs such as Ritalin and Adderall dispensed in the province between 2015 and 2023. Overall, it found annual prescriptions to treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder were up by 157% in 2023 compared to the year 2015. They accelerated in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. Possible reasons include a surge in time online, increased public awareness, and the recognition of people who were previously undiagnosed.
Times unveiled its 2025 Person of the Year, but there is more than just one. The magazine has named architects of AI as this year's recipients. Officials at Times say this year, artificial intelligence became a dominant part of everyday life, affecting everything from the economy to schooling. The edition of the magazine will have 2 covers. One has the letters under construction. The second features tech titans, including Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Well, I am here with more fabulous donors in Markham at the Pride of Canada Carousel, and I'm here with Blue Cat Coffee. Tell me a little bit about your donation tonight.
Oh, so yes, we definitely donated $1,000 to the Toy Mountain Drive. Yep, very appreciative of everything that is going on in the city of Markham as well. And we just came here because we wanted to promote our brand new club that is opening on Birchmount, Blue Cat Coffee, as well as Blue Cat Paddle. So you kind of get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Congratulations. I'm happy for you, and thank you so much for the wonderful donation. Thank you so much. Oh, we're so glad you're supporting. And I want to speak with Karen here. Karen, you're joining us from?
We are Life Inspiration Psychotherapy, and this is our first year joining the Toy Mountain. We're so excited.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. We love first-time donors. Look at all these toys. And Karen, you've also brought a check for the Salvation Army tonight?
Yeah, so we have 120 toys, and we also have a 1,000 check for this year, and we want to spread all our love and also peace to the world.
You are spreading love and peace. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to your wonderful group over here. And come on over here. We've got another group to talk to here. This is Raptitude. And your name?
Hi, this is Ras from Raptitude.
Okay.
This is our second year to join the Toy Mountain. We are very happy and very honored. This is very meaningful. We are not doing the business, but also giving back to the community. Absolutely, right?
Yes, this is so meaningful what you're doing. Look at this crew and all of your toys that you're donating. This is what it's all about. And a check as well for $1,000 for the Salvation Army.
Yeah, this is our honor to do something like this for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to everybody watching who's maybe quietly made a donation at their local mall or neighborhood, thank you to you as well. Lots more to come. Stay with us here on CTV News as we build a toy mountain. We'll be right back.
Canada exported more goods to the world than it imported in September, and that comes as a surprise given the trade war with the U.S. BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has more.
In September, Canada recorded a trade surplus, the first we've seen since January. It wasn't large, only $153 million, but it was a big reversal from the trade deficit of $6.4 billion in August. Exports in September are up across several categories, including metals. Aluminum exports spiked over 18% that month, but it's still a lower shipment than last September, with the U.S. tariff of 50% on the Canadian metal. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.61. West Texas Intermediate crude is down to 57.90. Western Canadian Select is down a bit to 44.49. And the TSX gained another 169 points. So it's another record close for the index again today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
The Business Report is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank, the bank built for business.
The Toronto Maple Leafs return to action at Scotiabank Arena tonight, going for their second straight win.
Open ice on the left wing for Tavares. Dropping for Cowan. In front for Riley. Scores!
Toronto's looking to keep the momentum going after Monday's 2-0 win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tonight they host San Jose. Dennis Hildeby gets the start for the Leafs. Joseph Wall might be available for Saturday's game against the Oilers. And applications for the latest batch of FIFA World Cup tickets started today, and for the first time, fans can apply to watch specific matches. But they won't be guaranteed to get tickets in the random draw that closes January 13th. Prior to last weekend's team grouping draw, prices for Canada's opening game, June 12th at BMO Field, range from $1,300 to $3,035.
Just ahead, a wild new opportunity at the Toronto Zoo. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to pet the luscious locks of a Highland cow, well, now's your chance.
Get Toronto's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
There's something hairy happening at the Toronto Zoo, and we mean that in the best way possible.
Hello.
There we go. Good job.
Starting tomorrow, visitors have the opportunity to get up close to the zoo's new Highland cows, Blue and Jay. As part of their Wild Encounter program, the public will get the chance to meet behind the scenes with zoo staff, and if the hairy pair are in the mood, guests can brush, touch, and feed the now one-year-old Highland cows, who are named after the Blue Jays. And it just so happens the team's mascot, Ace, was on hand today to say hi. Now, if you want to get the opportunity to meet Blue or Jay, you'll need tickets. The zoo says they also have gift cards if you want to give an encounter as a gift this holiday season.
Cool. All right, let's go back to Markham and check in with Lindsay and all those generous donors. Hey, Lindsay.
Nathan, Michelle, we are having so much fun here in Markham. We are building a toy. Look at this wonderful crowd. They are fantastic. So many great smiles, so many toys. And we want to talk to one more group here who's making a beautiful donation. Tell us your names.
Pam, Lena, Yishin.
And you're joining us from?
Go Girl Transformation in Markham.
And you've been doing this for a few years now. This has become a holiday tradition for you?
7 years.
Oh, thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about what you're bringing tonight.
Well, we've got about 200 toys that, with the help of our generous community who donated. So we're just really happy to be here again, and we thank everybody that donated. We did a boot camp, a charity boot camp last weekend, and people showed up, brought toys, and it's one of our favorite things to do every year. So. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for doing this for us. Thank you for being here. Salvation Army, this has been a really fabulous night, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. This is what we call love in action. Yes. We are giving to other people and other families and children all through the GTA. And I want to thank the viewers for their donations. Please make your donation today, salvationarmy.ca. And here we are building a toy mountain.
Tomorrow night, we are going to be live in Scarborough at the Scarborough Town Centre. If you're maybe looking for something to do on your Friday evening, come on down and join us. Bring a new unwrapped toy, just like any of these ones, and be a part of our celebration. One more look at your 7-day forecast. It continues to be chilly out here, and our 7-day forecast continues to be quite chilly as well, especially this weekend. And then into the middle part of next week, it's looking as though we are going to get into some mixed precipitation with the temperature around 4 degrees by Wednesday. We are live here in Markham. We've been at the Pride of Canada carousel. It continues to spin. It looks beautiful. And we're going to keep up the hard work here building a toy. Look at this absolutely amazing crowd tonight. Mayor Frank, you're still here too. Hi, Santa. Okay, for now, Nathan and Michelle, I'm going to send it back over to you. Good night.
All right. Hey, Santa.
Hey, thank you, Mayor. Thanks, everyone. Oh, another heartwarming turnout. And it is cold out there. We appreciate it. That's it for us, but be sure to join Omar Sachedina tonight at 11 for CTV National News, followed by Zoraida Allman with your next local newscast at 11:30.
Meantime, our coverage continues anytime on CP24 and at ctvnewstoronto.ca.
For Lindsay Morrison and the whole team here at CTV News, thanks for watching and have a great night.
Toy Mountain!